One more with that. So this is your baseline shot with a 50-degree wedge. So it's going to come out a little bit lower than before, without you doing anything, without you adding anything. Okay. Now if I ask you to play that same trajectory, I want you to create the same trajectory using a 58-degree wedge. Okay. So we're at the front of the green at hillside now on the first. Flags at the back, loads of green to work with. We've got a 58-degree wedge, so we're going to have to move the ball way back in the stance. Okay. Now you executed that really nice, but which was easier? The first one, because you were introducing fewer variables, weren't you? So if you think about your variables when you're chipping, these are things you can add, or you can add as much or as little of these as you want. Variable number one is your wedge, isn't it? I want to play it lower, we're going to get a less lofted wedge. I want to play it higher, we're going to get your most lofted wedge. So that's your first variable. Your other variables then are face angle. You can open it up, you can square it up. I would never really advise you to close it down, but you can certainly open it up and square it up. Then your other variable then will be ball position. You can move it back, or you can move it forward. Then you can look at stance width. The narrower the stance, the steeper the angle of attack, the wider the stance, the shallower the angle of attack. Yeah? And then swing length, we're not going to include that, or swing speed. So you've got different variables. The more variables you add, and the greater degree at which you add them, makes the shot more difficult. So you're looking to play the shots where you introduce as few variables as possible, because that's going to make it easier for you, isn't it? So you could play that low running shot with a 58-degree wedge, with the ball way back, handle way forward, trying to maintain that condition through the hit. Or you could just get a less lofted wedge, play the ball in the centre of your stance with your standard setup, making your standard swing. One's going to be easier than the other, isn't it? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out which one of those it is. So you can add as many or as few of the variables as you want, and you can add it as much or as little as each variable that you want. But the more you add, the more difficult you're making the shot. Okay?